What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Geek Boutique podcast, the official podcast of the Geeks and Company. We are the Geeks and Company. My name's JS. That guy. Oh, we don't have titles. We don't have names under our things, but you know who he is.
Yeah, what
the
fuck?
Messiah, the Complex.
What's going on?
Mr. Geoff, how you doing?
So weird. I am fit. I am wonderfully mediocre. Rob, the bad guy, got to hang out with you guys last weekend at JS's place. That was pretty damn sweet. Rob, what have you been up to?
What have I been up to?
Yeah.
But since then?
Doing anything? Yeah, just in general, you know.
Not lately. No.
Nothing. No.
Nothing at all. Yeah. Just launching the new surprise cosplay.
Launching to the new surprise cosplay.
Surprise.
Yeah.
The worst kept secret.
The worst kept secret. Yeah.
That's correct. Yes.
Yeah. Well, at least everybody got to see some teasers of it in our little video that we put up this week. So we're going to talk about that today. Yeah. What a project that's been. I'm actually not done yet. I'm still needing to finish some stuff, but we're almost there. We're very, very close. Hey, it wouldn't be the beginning of con season if you weren't still building week of friggin' March Comic Con, right? Let's be honest.
It's the crunch.
Yeah, it's the real crunch.
Beers out of control, maybe a little bit. Maybe it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Hey, there's our names.
It's gonna be sticking out the bottom of the mask.
No. I do. This will be coming down and off for not all the way off, but it will be coming way down for Comic Con. So I basically on next week's podcast, I will not have this. So this is the last week you'll see it for this kind of shit. So howdy, the crunch is real. Yes, absolutely. Sorry, Jess,
what are you doing again for Comic Con?
On Friday, I'm going to be Wolverining. If I wasn't doing that, I would absolutely keep it. But yes, I'm going to be Wolverining, and
they're going to trim it way down.
Yeah. And I've enjoyed it, but it is absolutely a lot. And now the spring is coming, so it was going to be time for it to come down anyways, because I'm not going through July like this. Obviously, that's a fucking last weekend was holy shit, man. That was an eventful weekend.
We did a lot. We did a lot.
We got the secret cosplay done and out there for the world to see. We got a chance to have a watch party for the show. You had everybody over at your place. It was we had a lot on the go last weekend, man.
Yeah, film some content.
Some content that you guys have seen a little bit of so far. More to come. Rob made another post today with some of the featured pieces that he made to put that cosplay together.
Oh, I can't wait for people to see those. They're so impressive in real life. The weapons. Again, I don't want to get into that conversation right away, but man, every time I've rewatched that video a million times, and it does not do it justice.
No, it doesn't, and it does not disappoint.
It does not do it justice. Those weapons are bananas in real life. I can't stop watching the video knowing what they look like in real life. So anyway, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Just a little bit masturbatory, but that's fine. Totally cool.
100%.
This next
that whole thing that we made,
we
have, I can't stop watching us with these things that we made.
100%.
So excited to see.
We got a bunch of people in the chat. Who do we have? Boomster Joe, Lady Akari, Christina, Sticky Ricky Bakari.
Tammy Shea. We haven't seen Tammy in a while. Good to see you, Tammy. Hope you and Bob are doing well. Boomster Joe, of course. Either every year. You guys look badass.
Andrew.
Andre, which video? What do you mean which video, Andre? What are you Are you not following the Geeks and Co account on Instagram? Surely you've seen it.
Oh yeah, it's still just a little teaser, but
but come on, man. What are we doing? Oh, Jennifer Walterhouse.
Producer Jen
got to hang out with producer Jen last week as well. I think actually, I think we got her crying a little bit watching the show. I think that one particular scene got her a little.
No. She said that she was good. She didn't cry. She, although, she was maybe crying internally, holding the tears back.
Michael Icon, Jesus, already 20 people here. Holy God.
Yeah, we got a lot of people that are wanting to hear about what is going on.
Just playing Shinobi. All right, that's better. You had me going there, but you got me. You got me, buddy. Good job.
Boomster Joe says cosplay electronics makes things so fun. I mean, I agree.
Yeah,
Now,
whatever magic that happens to make that shit work. Because all I'm doing is wearing it, kids. Like, just so we're clear when we talk about it, I've had zero investment in this other than some monetary and time. It's really been that guy and that guy that have done 100% of the work. I have contributed nothing. I will just be the idiot wearing it. So all I did was, hey, I'm like, this one would be cool, and this is kind of the color scheme I would like, and that's it. We even got our friend Megan involved on making shit. So
that's a good point. Yeah. Which she also needs to finish some stuff too, right? So
I got the skirt.
you got it back already.
I got the skirt back already. So
Perfect.
by the way, she's still mad about the top 10 list from 2 weeks ago. To a point where she told me flat out, she's like, the next time you guys are doing top 10, I will be on that show. Like, don't think I won't be on, because I will.
I feel like it was brought up a lot on the weekend, but
yes, yeah. We were fortunate enough that we did have a bunch of people gather at JS's place, including Megan and Richard, who are both in the show as well. Megan has a smaller role, and then Richard's got a very, very significant role in the TV show. So they were both there to watch with us. Very minimal snowing needed, but 'tis done, says Megan. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, Megan, we were just talking about how mad you still are.
A very scantily clad role.
She did.
I mean, kudos to her. I would never. No way will you catch me in underwear on camera. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I
had a lady at work come up to me and say the same thing. She's like, "You're in your underwear in the first scene." Like,
yeah, you guys are like, no fucking way, bud.
Yeah,
100%. Anyway, this is not the segment.
No.
Talk about this.
Yes, we're
not even 10 minutes in, and we're already like,
no, jumping around all over the place.
Jesus Christ, man.
Well, people ask questions and we respond. It's okay.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, boys.
We got
see the costumes. Crystal, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we got Crystal in the chat now. We got Marcy that is in the chat. Megan, obviously, now in the chat. Kersling is in the chat. Excited to see the new Predator toys. Like I was saying earlier, they are sick.
Yeah, Rob.
The axe
destroyed.
The axe is bananas. Did you use that stuff? It's right there. Did you use that stuff that you use on the swords for the weathering of the axe?
Just some parts of it. Like, not the blade. I didn't weather most of the blade. I left it shiny, right?
Yeah, it looks when it lights up. You should light it up.
I knew you were going to ask me that. The problem with that is the battery is here.
Boo. Why did you think of that ahead of time?
Hey, we're going to save some of it for the show. This is poor Megan. If I didn't know Jeff while filming, there's no way I would have done it. Yeah, I mean, that obviously.
Yeah, 100%. I get that. I'm sure, and this is a question that I asked Richard when you guys were here, is you guys have a lot of scenes where either you're very intimate or they're very, like, you're fighting. You're arguing with each other, and you're in each other's face, and you're, you know what I mean? Which seems weird that a lawyer would get in a biker president's face like you did. I guess the whole point was he knew you knew each other, right?
To be fair, he got it. He was he had two guys.
He was more.
He beat the shit out of me. So I want to suggest that I was just having a piece of carrot cake at a cafe. Suddenly, enough. 4 guys are kicking my ass. So, I mean, I don't know if that's really me getting in his face. Seems like a pretty shitty, cowardly thing to do, Richard. Bring your fucking boys with you. You need 3 other dudes to beat up a fucking lawyer? Come on, man. Shit. Anyways. Marcy Sands, still haven't seen the show. So yes, we've talked about it before. You have to have a Bell connection or Bell TV to be able to view it. We are still in the midst of trying to work on some way to increase the viewership to move past that. But for the next 80 some odd days, it is going to no, not 80 days now, whatever it is. It's been a few weeks. It's been out now, but they get it for 90 days.
Exactly a week today.
A week. No, since we've watched it.
Oh, no, sorry.
It's been out since February 26th. So it's been out now for almost 3, actually. Almost 3, actually, about 3 weeks. Actually, I think it's 3 weeks to the day.
2 weeks today.
2 weeks to the day. 2 weeks to the day. 2 weeks to the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it came out on a Thursday. So yeah. We did have to move we're having a red carpet. So if you're in the area, by the way, especially closer to me, and you want to see it, and you want to see it on the big screen in 5.1 digital surround sound, come to the red carpet premiere event. Now you're going to ask me where and when that is, and I don't have an answer for you because the original date was June 20th in Chatham at the Cineplex. And then we all figured out that that's YetiCon weekend, and like half the cast is full of cosplayers, so we couldn't do that. Tried to move it to the 27th. Toy Story 5 comes out on that day, so the Cineplex was like, no. So we're now trying to move it to June 6th. And if we can't get it at the Cineplex on June 6th, we're actually going to start looking at different venues for it. But the Cineplex in Chatham is the only theater that has the 5.1 digital surround. So we did shoot it in 5.1, so they'd really like to show it there. So we're just waiting to hear back. So sorry, long story short, if you're in that area or even in London where you're only about an hour away and you do want to see it, if you don't have an opportunity to see it otherwise, coming to the red carpet premiere in Chatham might be your ticket.
It's on June 6th right now.
That's
Currently?
the date that we've submitted to Cineplex. So we're hoping they say yes. If they do.
So I'm actually going to be in London for a work conference on the 7th.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, now.
Really?
Yeah, we'll have to talk about this. Maybe
Yes,
I can get
I
a
think we
ticket
shall.
to this
I
red carpet
think we
event.
shall. That weekend is also NFCC. Well, fuck. All right. Well, I mean, I'm not going to NFCC, but I mean, maybe some of the. I don't know that the particular. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know that because NFCC is is a distinct crowd. I don't know that the cosplayers that we have there typically go to NFCC, but maybe I'll throw that out to the chat there. And yeah, I'm not going to NFCC this year, so I didn't even realize it was that weekend. Fucking cosplay.
It really feels like there's a con every weekend in the summer.
Because there is.
Like it's fucking hard to keep up with.
It really is.
It was already hard to get out to all the cons. Now there's so many that it's like, holy shit, man. Like it's almost a full-time job to go to all these cons. I don't understand how people like Andre and, there's a couple people in here that are at every con. I don't know how you guys do it. Like well, for one, I'd be poor.
Yeah, June 5th through 7th. God damn it.
Yeah, well, there you go. Well, you sure know how to pick them, bud.
I didn't pick anything.
Yeah. Is it? We have some news items, don't we? We do.
We do. It's a slow week. I was reaching for some of these, but
there's a couple that. Anyway, you know what? If I can find the video here, because I'm so prepared. I'm always so prepared. It's time for the news.
It's the news brought to you by new cosplays by the Geeks and Company and whatever. I don't whatever.
Oh, talking about prepared. Holy crap, man.
Yeah. That's me, guys. That's me. Supergirl is coming out in 3 months.
Yeah.
In 3 months. They're on their third composer.
Really?
Yeah, what's going on there?
I don't know. So they originally hired Ramin Djawadi, who was you would probably know him best. He composed Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Including the theme. That's now
everything.
Yeah. Okay. He left.
Sorry, no. What was it?
They then hired a guy named Tom Holkenberg that goes by Junkie XL, that has worked on other superhero franchises as well, and probably most famously did the score for Mad Max Fury Road, and that score is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
He replaced Djawadi, and now he's gone, and now they're listing Claudia Sarn as the film's composer. And she's worked on film Book of Eli, 999 Broken City, Million Little Pieces, Lost in the Jungle. She's done shows, everything else. What nobody seems to know is why they're on their third composer already, and they just swapped it out 3 months before this film drops.
There's so many questions.
Yeah, I mean there really is, and it's funny that it kind of ties into our top 10 list that we had last week. How important a score can be to a film. It can really make or break some films. If the score is really, really amazing, it can really elevate a somewhat mediocre film. And if the score is dog shit, it can really drag it down an otherwise good film. I don't know why this film's having had such a hard time. The tone seems fairly straightforward as from the trailers that we've gotten, but I don't know. Is it in trouble? that they're doing this 3 months out?
Well, listen, why are they leaving? Why have you had 2 composers leave? That's the first question. Second question, what is exactly going on? And did you hire a composer who started the job and then he left, so you hired a second composer who restarted the job, and then 3 months before release, that composer's like, yeah, I'm out, and then what? You've got another composer that comes in and restarts the job. Like, I don't
starts all over again.
Like I don't understand how that even works. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. 3 months before the release. Isn't the score already done 3 months before release? Like,
see, that's my point. You would think so. You would certainly think so. Apparently not. And I don't know if that means they've got to, like, if both of those previous composers had put together a bunch of music and then just the producer on the film was like, this isn't working. So then all of that gets just tossed. And now someone's got to come in and rescore the entire film because the film's clearly done filming. Principal would be done. I would even assume that most of the VFX are done at this point because they're going to about to ramp up into heavy marketing for it because we're only 3 months out. I don't know, man. It seems concerning.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, a little bit.
It may mean nothing in the grand scheme of things, but
maybe
weird. Anyway, what do you guys think? I mean, I know there's some conversations going on in the chat, but nobody seems to be. Everybody's talking about cons still.
This is likely a very difficult director to work with.
Maybe, yeah, because it's not. This one isn't. Who's it? This is Craig Gillespie.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, nor do I.
I'm sure he's done stuff that I've seen, but
I haven't heard of any. I haven't heard anything else talking about specifically, other challenges on this film set. But I mean, holy well, I mean, that's a lot. So
yeah, that's concerning. I'm very excited for this movie, so I'm hoping that doesn't mean that it's in trouble.
Right. I agree.
Because the second trailer really freaking got me, man. Like, it looks dope. I can't wait to see Lobo. Yeah. Please don't fuck this up, DC. Like, please don't fuck this up. Like, if they mess this up, man, like, what does it even mean for DC at this point, right? With the struggles that they've had and the one decent movie, if they screw this up, with the sale of Warner Brothers, Discovery Warner Brothers, listen, I don't know what that means for DC. It's not a good sign. It's not a good sign.
Moving right along, Spider-Man Noir. So sorry, my apologies. Spider Noir.
Spider Noir.
There's a reason why we all keep calling it Spider-Man Noir, because that's the original character's name when the character was created for the comics. So it has since been shortened to Spider Noir. According to the film's producers, so the new, sorry, I shouldn't say film, it's TV show, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So according to the TV show producers, it is the same character that you saw in Into the Spider-Verse, just in a different universe, which still has people confused because, again, he says, the character himself with Nick Cage's voice says in that film, Into the Spider-Verse, that he's Peter Parker. And in this interpretation, he's Ben Reilly. So,
well,
is it the same character if it has a completely different name? And now it seems like, because it's an Amazon Prime vehicle as opposed to a Sony vehicle or even a Marvel vehicle, I don't know what greater ties it's going to have to that established universe that we already got.
Probably none.
I would think, right?
Yeah.
Excuse me. But that's from the co-showrunner. Same character, different universe. It's a different flavor of that character, even though it's still Nick's voice. It is not a continuation of Into the Spider-Verse. Once Phil and Chris introduced the idea of the multiverse, I think you're allowed to take things and make them your own, which again begs the question, then why bring Nick Cage back? Why have the character look exactly as it looked in Into the Spider-Verse, even going so far as to have a black and white version of the character, just like he was black and white in Into the Spider-Verse? Are you just hoping to sponge off that? But then maybe I don't. It's so weird.
Like Andre said, this could just be an alias. Ben Reilly it says Ben Riley on the door, right? Detective Ben Riley or PI, Ben Riley PI. But that could be an alias, right? He could still be Peter Parker. So,
I mean, I guess, I suppose, just the way they're saying same character, different universe. I'm getting the sense that that's maybe not a thing. I don't know, but the creator of the original Spider-Man noir hates everything about it because apparently whatever this has kind of become resembles almost nothing compared to what it started as 20 years ago in the comics. So he's come out and very publicly said, I don't feel any connection to it. I don't feel it. I don't wish them well. It's terrible. So, which probably means he's not getting cut a check for any of it, even though he created the character, right? So can't really blame him for being a little bit bitter to watch something that he created 20 years ago up on a screen being represented, and he's not getting a thin dime for it. But that's kind of the world we live in now, unfortunately, kids.
Before we move on, there's a couple things that I wanted to bring back from the chat here. Specifically, Christina's saying when a composer leaves, you generally have to replace everything done because of royalties. So you basically start the score from scratch.
That makes sense. Which
to me boggles my mind if they're now like 3 months before. Anyway, boggles my mind. Boomster Joe saying here, it's so interesting. It's going to be on Prime. I mean, obviously, Spider Noir is part of the Spider-Verse, which is, as far as the TV and movie rights go, is owned by Sony. So Sony sold the rights to this character to Prime? Or is this a Sony production that they didn't know where to put their TV show because Sony doesn't have their own streaming service and decided to put it on Prime? Like, I don't know how that all went about, but it'll be curious to find out what that deal is there, for sure.
I agree.
Or interesting, not curious.
Yeah, either way. Like, and I get, for Sony, it can be challenging. They don't have a streaming service. They still don't have a streaming service. As far as I know, I don't think they have any plans to introduce any kind of a streaming service. So they kind of have to work through others to put any of their stuff on streaming, which usually means just licensing the product after they make it. But it looks like they didn't even make this, that Amazon Prime made it.
Yeah, it looks like they're producing it in a partnership with MGM Studios for Amazon Prime.
Yeah, wild. Yeah. I mean, I knew they'd have a hand in it, but it just seems really, really weird.
And they still retain the live action rights to the character. So
right, yeah, because they have that forever. Project Hail Mary. I know Rob's keen on this one. He's just read the book.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, crushing it.
Not seen it yet?
I don't think it's out.
Is it out
officially?
Oh, you know what? I don't know. I know that some of the critics and reviewers have seen it, but maybe it's not officially out yet.
And apparently it's reviewing very, very well.
Yeah.
So very cool as far as we're all concerned, because we were all kind of like hyped for this film. So if this is something that, and if you're one of those that kind of waits to see what the general public or whatever is going to be thinking about it, everyone seems to think it's really, really good. So
so it's coming out next Friday.
There you go.
I think I'm gonna go see it next Friday, and it's also in IMAX, which probably one of these movies would look really cool in IMAX.
I would think. Yeah, I would think,
based on the design of the ship that you see in the preview. It's gonna be
cool.
Yeah. So currently sitting at 95% on Rotten Tomatoes. Obviously right now there wouldn't be an audience score yet, but 95% on Rotten Tomatoes. It seems pretty good. So, and apparently a lot of praise is being heaped on Ryan Gosling.
Yeah,
he carries most of the film, right?
To be taken with a grain of salt, right? Sometimes critics will praise a movie and then the movie comes out and it's dog shit, right? Now, the previews look good. The people that have read the book, like Rob, love the story. This has the makings of a hit, but these are reviewers, right? They get paid to review movies, right? So, but it is reviewing extremely well. Yeah, even the YouTube reviewers are reviewing it extremely well.
Right. So we'll see. Hopefully,
it's currently got a 9.8 on IMDb. So speaking of just reviewers, but
yeah. So cross your fingers. Family Guy, which has been on almost as long as The Simpsons, even though it got canceled like twice. I think it's in the 20s as far as the seasons go. Is getting another spinoff, Stewie. It's getting a full 2-season order out of the gate, and apparently it's going to be him as a preschooler in almost like a Doctor Who-esque style. He's going to be like traveling, like he's going to be like either time traveling or space traveling or something. He's going to be using the science and tech that is kind of become known for on the show, and he's going to have like other preschoolers out doing this with him.
Interesting.
It's something, man. I don't. I'm just over here sitting and waiting and begging and pleading for the Orville season 4, but I got to get a 2-season order of Stewie. Like, come on, man. Come on, man.
Well, that's apparently been approved, FYI.
He's written it. And
that's what it is. Season 4's been written.
That's it though. Yeah, we got nothing else. So hold on to your fingers for that as far as the Orville season. If you're an Orville guy like I am, great show, by the way. If you haven't checked out the Orville, if you're a Trek guy at all, but you like a little bit of humor sprinkled in there. If you love Galaxy Quest, you're going to love the Orville, guaranteed. It's fantastic show. Third season amazing. Wasn't quite as good as the first 2 seasons I found, but it was still very, very good, and had a major increase in the budget for the 3rd season. It moved to Hulu for that season, and they spent some money.
Yeah, special effects wise,
they really ramped it up.
Way bigger.
Maybe a little too much. I'm not gonna lie. It kind of took away some of the individual episodes. There's too much time spent like going ooh at the effects, and I'm like, no, can we get back to the anyways?
Where would I watch that? This was on Disney.
Who owns the Orville? That's a really good question. I don't know.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I mean, I watched it, but I found my own methodology of watching it. Really quickly, guys, I don't have a whole lot in the way of news as far as this week goes. The Star Trek Starfleet Academy season 1 finale has now aired. I realized shortly thereafter that I was pairing up. I was watching Starfleet Academy and then watching A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. And the Night of the Seven Kingdoms ended, and then I forgot to keep watching Starfleet Academy. So I think I'm 2 episodes behind now, so I'm going to get caught up. I've heard the finale was great. I just haven't had a chance to check it out yet. If you have watched it, let us know if it's good or not. But I do know that Jonathan Frakes directed it. And so that I'm hoping that means it's going to be, he seems to be sort of the gatekeep, the godfather of Star Trek, if you will. So I'm hoping that means it's going to be decent. I'm looking forward to checking it out.
Keith is saying, yes, Rob, Disney for the Orville. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Okay. Highly recommend checking it out.
I'm also only like episode 6 or so of Starfleet Academy, but I'm really enjoying it.
Well, I think there's only 10, so yeah, you're over halfway, dude.
Yeah,
you're doing well. I will see with the Orville, just so you guys kind of have a clarity. It kind of ends up a little bit like Galaxy Quest, where it starts out very funny, and it's clearly that they're leaning into just it being a funny Star Trek, and then those fuckers make you care about shit. And they start putting a lot of heart and story into the show.
Yeah.
And you get invested. It's not just like one-liners and side jokes. It acts by the time we get to the 3rd season, actually, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of the humor is almost gone. Like it really just becomes like a really cool sci-fi show at that point. There are still the occasional joke here and there, but you're gonna notice the joking kind of gets put off to the side a little bit as the characters in the story grows more and more. So
it's not the typical Seth MacFarlane show.
No, it kind of starts off that way. Like if you watch the first episode, you're like, oh, it's just going to be this. It's not that. It's not just Dick and Fart jokes in space. Like it's definitely Check it out.
It starts like that.
Yes. But then it quickly starts to develop a real story and real characters.
Yes.
So. Jon Stewart, Aaron Pierre, who is going to be starring in the new Lanterns show on HBO with Kyle Chandler, has been confirmed will be joining the cast of Man of Tomorrow as Jon Stewart Green Lantern. So I think we can be reasonably assured that he's going to survive the Lanterns show. I don't know if we can say the same for Kyle Chandler, but we can definitely assume that Jon Stewart is going to be a Green Lantern by the time that show ends, because now he's going to be in Man of Tomorrow, which comes out next year in 2027. So take that for what it's worth. I know for a lot of people that grew up on Justice League, the cartoon, and Justice League Unlimited, Jon Stewart is their GL. So it's good to see that they're bringing him into a prominent role with a really cool actor who has a really good look, and I think it's going to make an excellent Jon Stewart as far as that goes. So for everybody out there that's like me, that's a giant fucking Green Lantern nerd, very much looking forward to all the Green Lantern stuff that's going to be coming up. And finally, The Bride movie came out and bombed. It looks like it's going to end up costing the studio about $80 to $90 million by the time it's done its run. So this is sort of the Bonnie and Clyde-esque Frankenstein's monster and The Bride of Frankenstein. I believe it's a period piece. I think it literally takes place in the 20s.
It's a bit of a reinvention of the story
of the Bride of Frankenstein. Yeah.
Of the whole story of Frankenstein and the Bride.
I get that, but I get the sense, especially since it's called The Bride, and from what I've seen so far, I get the sense it is more meant to be the story of the Bride of Frankenstein. Like
100%.
He's a player, obviously, but it's not. Here's the problem. They just did that highly acclaimed Frankenstein thing from Guillermo del Toro on Netflix that's up for like Best Picture and Best Actor. So you got this highly celebrated period piece, and then you come out with this shortly after, and everybody's like, we just saw a way better version of this. Why would I want to watch this? And can someone please go and check on Christian Bale, please? Because I don't know what's going on with my guy. First he does Thor 4 as the bad guy, and now he's playing Frankenstein's monster in what looks to be weird action
that's where
comedy.
The reinvention is. He is Victor. So in this, Frankenstein is giving himself a new body. So he is the monster. Anyway,
excuse me a second. Excuse me. We have to go back. Wait, adding heart and nuance into a funny Trek adjacent show makes it even better. Who would have thought? Yeah, go back and watch Lower Decks, Megan, and give it more than 3 episodes, and you're going to find it has the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm done. I'm good now. Good. Anyways, The Bride is bombing. So regardless of what he's playing, JS, he looks like
it's
Herman Munster, sir. Like they clearly made him look like the monster. He's got the scar across the head. He's got the bowl.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay. So regardless of like whatever detail there is,
but look at what the character is called. The character is called Victor Frankenstein.
Does it at this point? Does it really matter?
No, it doesn't.
He looks like Frankenstein's monster, and the movie is bombing. I don't think the fact that he's playing Victor is going to save people and be like, "Oh, he's playing Victor. I better go see this now."
No,
the movie's a bomb. It's going to lose a ton of money, and I think maybe part of the reason why is because we just saw this very romanticized version of the Frankenstein's monster character, which is clearly adjacent to this a few months ago. So that's all I'm trying to say. I think people weren't looking for this. Clearly, they weren't because they're not going to see it.
No.
That's it for the news, guys. This week, anyway, if you've got news items that you think we should be reading out here, please put it in the comments below, and we will look at it for next week for sure. That movie to me looked not interesting, says Crystal. You and everybody else, apparently, because no one's going to see this thing. Yeah. It only cost $80 million to make it, and it's going to lose $90 million overall, if that gives you any indication as to how bad this movie's doing. By the time they do that and then the marketing spend and how little it's making, it's going to lose even more than it cost to make. It's not even going to make its marketing spend back. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, a little bit. Anyways, moving right along.
It's the business of making movies, I suppose.
I mean, I guess. But you got to make it appealing. Everything I saw for that flick, I was like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Directed
100%.
by Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Yes, correct. Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
So her directorial debut was a different film. I don't remember. The Lost Daughter, I think it was called. Huge critical success. So this was her secondary project. And as you said, JS, sometimes that's what happens.
Yeah.
It's the way the cookie crumbles.
It's the way the ball bounces. I remember saying that as a kid. I remember saying the way the balls bounce, and that did not. The way the ball bounces.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
Yep.
Oh man!
Moving right along, I believe it's time for the community segment.
It is. And do we want to start it with what we were discussing?
I think so.
Do we want to go down that route right away?
I think so.
Do we want to just start and start talking about it, or do you want to bring him in? And we never really discussed how we were going to proceed here.
Bring him in.
All right, Andrew. I sent you a link there. So join us in the chat while he's doing that. You know, over the last couple years, listen, it's no lie that with the amount of cons that we do and everything that we try to do as far as whether they be meetups, events, cons, the podcast, filming content, you name it, it's become harder and harder the older and older we get.
Boy,
let's not lie. And we all have full-time jobs and so on and so forth. But there's a couple of people in the community that have really gone above and beyond. I don't know how even else to put it. That anytime that we need help, these guys are there. They've built cosplays for crying out loud for some of the events that we were at. I think that he's taking his time. I'm trying to extend this. He's really taking his time right now on joining us. Do you want to expand on that? You like to call yourself the mouth. How about you expand on that?
Yes, dear.
Use your mouth.
I'm going to dive into this a little bit further. Okay, McLean, time for the main event. I'm going to dive into this a little bit further after we do the segment, but I am taking a break. So not that, it's not mission critical, but it's good that we can have other people that can come in and fill in for us, because we don't always do all the same events anyways. There's times where like this guy couldn't come to London Comic-Con last year. Rob doesn't come out to Star Wars Day. I don't go to VonCon. Like there's certain events that it's not always all of us anyways. And so it's nice that we can lean on people and be like, hey, or honestly, half the time they come to us and be like, well, what can I do? Can I like help you with this? Or can I help you with that? And like JS said, like running events and making props and making whole costumes, or like even putting JS in a costume at events and shit too. So we figured it was, I don't know, time. And we figured we would at least bring this guy on. If you guys don't know, this is Andrew, Ill-Gotten Hugs. And
hello. To rep before coming on.
Yeah. I'm the only one not repping, actually. I'm repping Shorzy and a brewing company as opposed to But JS, why don't I think you should as the heart and soul and the person in charge of all this, I think you should.
Yeah, I hope, Andrew, that you heard everything that we were just saying. I'm assuming you were watching while you were coming in, but there's a couple people that have really gone above and beyond to help us out. And we want to kind of officialize the fact that you, at this point, you are just as much part of the Geeks and Co. as any of us. And we want to make sure that you know that we want to make that official. And we might have a bit of a knighting ceremony.
I was just going to say, do I
will leave it at that. You guys can.
Do you accept? Is because I know we're putting you on the spot in the middle of the podcast, but we're asking you to officially join the team. Is that something that you're interested in that you would do?
Of course, like me supporting you guys has always been me supporting the community through you guys. You guys send out a positive message, and I've always referred to myself as a side geek anyway. So
well, now you literally has a henchman T-shirt.
Yeah.
You chuck that henchman T-shirt out. It would have been way funnier if you just said no and logged off. But I mean, I appreciate you sticking around. Having said that, last weekend we did get everybody together for a watch party at JS's place.
Mm-hmm.
And that included our boy Richard, because he's in the show and he's got a significant role in the show.
Right.
And we might have had a similar conversation with him at the time. And I don't know if he's still in the chat or not. Midlife Cosplay. Yeah, he's still there. We won't bring him on. He's probably, wrestling with a dog right now. But Richard is also joining the Geeks and Company
right on.
As a member. So ask what the benefit plan is before signing. He already said yes, sir. That's it. He doesn't just
yeah.
All of his negotiation.
Kick him off now.
Too late. All right. See you, Andrew. Thank you. Talk to you later. All right. Bye-bye.
Yeah. So I think it behooves us to officially welcome both Richard and Andrew as two guys, as JS has said, have been tirelessly helping us out through events, through costume building, through prop building, and just being there when we needed them the most. Andrew and Richard in particular at last year's London Comic-Con, when our boy JS couldn't make it, and Rob and I were just flailing trying to figure out what we're going to do, especially
couldn't have done it without you two
for that 200th episode up on the stage. Andrew and Richard were our rocks and have been almost right from the jump. So it's way past time to bring you guys aboard. So
listen, it wasn't just London. Like, just look at VonCon last year, right? These guys literally built costumes.
Yeah.
For VonCon, right? So that they could join us and have costumes to go with the throne.
Yep.
Maybe not a great one, but yeah, we'll call it a costume. We'll
listen, but we had a great time. People loved it. I mean, that's what's important, man. I mean, So yeah, you guys, I feel like you guys need to know that everything that you do for us is appreciated. And with some of the stuff that we're going to discuss a little bit later, we're going to need your help next year. So, we're going to start talking about, what our plans are and all that stuff beyond this year, maybe later. But we're going to talk tonight a little bit about what's going on this year.
What's going on for this year, for sure. Yep.
So, Andrew, welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard.
Yep.
Thank you for having me.
Sir Andrew of Ill-Gotten Hugs.
Yep. There will be a ceremony. We'll tape it this time, but
we'll maybe we'll do something a little. You know what? I've got some ideas.
Perfect.
I got some ideas. I don't know if we
on my classes or something, right?
I don't know if we can tape it, but I have some ideas. All right, Andrew. Talk to you soon, buddy.
Thank you.
See you, Andrew.
Yes, sir.
Here we go. And Richard out there in the chat as well. On behalf of Andrew and myself, we thank you, everyone. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Very much appreciated.
Sorry, I'm just going through the chat here.
Yep.
We need help.
And by the way, just so we're clear, that doesn't mean like anybody else that has helped us in the past or is looking to help us in the future. This was just like an official. I think we even said that while we were talking to Andrew. They've already been with the team pretty much the whole time.
Yeah.
Right. We just wanted to make it like official. It's no slight to anybody else that has helped us in the past, that is going to help us in the future. We still encourage people to come out to the booth and hang out and spread, as Andrew said, spread the positivity in the community and such. That's
100%, right? And that's kind of what it's about. And we can't preach community if we don't actually grow the community, right?
Yeah.
So, we need to, if we want to, so I know the whole point of this show is to talk about the future of the Geeks and Company and what's coming up. And if we're talking long-term future, one of the things that, for me anyway, I would love for the Geeks and Company to outlive my cosplay career, right? When I'm too old to cosplay and I'm just an old geezer that nobody wants to see anymore, I hope the Geeks and Company, we have people that, will keep that going, right? So, yeah, that would be awesome. So we're going to need help. We're always going to need help. But these guys, they've
above and beyond. No question. No question.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep. Congrats.
What did we do last weekend? I forget what we did last weekend. There was so much going on.
We did a lot last weekend. Yeah.
We did finalize as we finally officially released a brand new Predator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who was
I got a lot of questions in the chat saying, who's that? And I was like, Jeff. And they're like, but I thought he was taking a break.
He is.
So Jeffrey.
Yeah.
We built you a Predator.
You did.
And we've actually been talking about this for a while now. Unofficially,
like years
we've been talking about this, and we finally decided to pull the trigger. Why? What made you decide to say, you know what? Yeah, I want a Predator. Let's do it. I guess
I didn't. You guys did, because the whole time you both kept on saying, yeah, we got to make him one sometime. And we'd be like, yeah. And then like a year would go by and we're building thrones and we're building pillars and we're building shit and cosplays and Doc Ox and vultures and everything else. There was never really an opportunity to do it. Right. And then we finally kind of hit a point where you guys were like, fuck this. Like, we don't have any major projects coming up. We talked about one thing that we were looking to do for Boo Bash, but that's like in October, man. So, and even that, I don't think it's going to be that difficult for these two maniacs, especially this one down here, to put that together comparatively to like something like the Iron Throne. And that fucker did that in like 7 weeks. So, the new project in that vein will probably take him half that time. And I'm not putting him on the spot or anything. I'm just saying, I don't think it's going to be as involved as like.
Well, I think that if we are able to get together for a couple days over the summer, we could probably build the chairs in just a few days. The electronics of all the ideas that we have,
right? That would take some more.
That's going to take some research and some testing, and that's where it's going to be. You know, and that's where this guy shines, right? So again, 100%. I'm sorry, Rob. You know, you've become the go-to man. So
he's the builder. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. He's the fat guy. He's the bad guy. He's the builder. He's I mean, he's got so many different
fact, right? With a C.
Fact with a C.
Fact guy, not fat guy. Yeah. Fact.
So we finally decided, and by we, I mean these guys finally decided, like, we're doing it. We're going to build him the Predator. Got me to buy the Zentai suit and then the hands and everything else, and we got right in the midst of it, and that's when I announced that I was going to be taking a break. So, and we've been basically joking about the fact that right after they guys started, it was like half built, and then I made this post. I did speak to them. And let them know that was coming or whatever. So I'm just going to take a couple of minutes and address the post really quickly. I made a follow-up post because there was like some misunderstanding, I guess, of what's going on. So I have 8 dates that I've confirmed for 2026. 5 of those dates I'm going to be with at least one of these two gentlemen, and for most of them with these two gentlemen. And my latest post, I did list what the 5 dates are. Once those dates are done, I plan on taking the rest of 2026 and then the entirety of 2027 off from cosplay. I keep getting asked what happened. The answer is nothing. There's no causal event. It's not happenstance that created this issue. I'll get to that in a second. Once 2027 is done, the plan is to come back for 2028, but in a reduced, not as many shows. Ideally, cap it out at 6, and ideally, listen. That's not a lot of shows for a guy that used to do 12 to 15 a year. Okay. So 6 is not a lot of shows in Southwestern Ontario. This 6 shows a month in this town. So
no, I mean, you're right. You're not wrong. It's just funny that I'm going to cap it off at 6. I'm thinking you're going to say like 2 or 3. No, 6.
6. Yeah. I know 6 seems like but that includes things like May the 4th and you know what I mean? It includes things that are like single day or whatever, or close to home. They have 2 Comic-Cons in my town, dude. I'm obviously going to be hitting those, right? So there just won't be as much travel and such. So 2 really real logistic things really quickly. So I am going to be disabling all of my cosplay related social media accounts after this year's May the 4th charity event, so that I can use those accounts to hype that up. Excuse me. But then after that, I'm going to disable them again. The plan is to re-enable them in 2028 when I come back. The podcast, though, because I have gotten this question a few times, I'm not leaving the podcast regardless. I'll still be on the podcast throughout. This community, I love the community that we built through the podcast. You guys mean the world to me, so there's no way that I would leave the podcast as far as that goes. I don't want to be, I can't. Yeah. So nothing's happened, guys. I'm just struggling with some mental health issues, which I put in the latest post, and cosplay is not the cause. It's just not helping. So I've been in this for 12 years now. And again, we're laughing at 6, but I literally have been doing 12 to 15 events a year at least. That doesn't even include a lot of the little one-offs that I do here and there. So it's a lot, and I just need some time away. It's not from you guys specifically. Obviously, it's not even the community specifically. It's the entirety of it. So I will come back in 2028. That is the plan. And I realized too, just but events like this past weekend helped me realize too, the cons are a great excuse to hang out with my friends, but I can hang out with my friends anytime. We don't need cons to get together, right?
100%.
And the group that I have with these guys, the other amazing group that I'm in with Michael Icon and Christina, who's like Christina's like essentially like the heart and soul of my cosplay group. We've already done a bunch of stuff outside of conventions. Like we've created little traditions that we all get together and celebrate each other and have a good time. So yeah, it's just a step back, guys. It's not a leaving type of thing. I will say though, I guess if you only message me or follow me on Instagram, you won't be able to do that moving forward. For those of you that have me on Facebook, feel free to continue to message me there. Just once the end of this year hits, I don't really want to talk about cosplay in 2027. So you're going to be rich by the end of 2028. No more con tickets and cosplays to spend on. No shit. All that's going into the bank for sure. But I'm not going to hide in the basement either. Like I'm still going to be social, and I'm happy to continue to be social. So I just don't want to go to any major cosplay events where there's going to be hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands of people there in costumes and such. I got to take a break from that particular character that I've been portraying, Jeff the cosplayer. I got to take a little bit of a break from that guy for a bit. So rest assured I'll be back. So all of that, there's no long story short on this. It is cool that a couple of people are going to be able to join the team that help fill in for me when I'm gone. I don't know who's going to be the mouthpiece when I'm gone. I'm feeling it's going to be that guy over there. Someone's going to have to do it. It's a dirty job, the dirtiest, but someone's got to do it. So, and it's definitely not going to be that guy down there. So
I'll be like, I'm in charge.
Phone. I lost the microphone.
Yeah. Well, so when they call me the bad guy, you're about to find out. I don't know how much of a talker Andrew or Richard are, but the fact that you guys are going to be able to kind of step in and fill in for a lot of the stuff, just to have those guys that are passionate about it. So that's fantastic. So yeah, man, that's it. I just wanted to, I wouldn't even be talking about this at all, but I got way more of a response to it than I thought. So, and there were some misunderstandings. I think a lot of people on my initial post thought I was leaving cosplay for good. There's a lot of like, oh, take care, like, bye. I was like, no, it's not. It's not that. It's just a break. So yeah, that's it. That's all. So thanks to Andrew and Richard for stepping up and at an appropriate time to help out with the gap that I'll be leaving. And then I'm going to come back in 2028. And they're like, we have them now. We don't even fucking need you. Like, goodbye. Like, that's go find your own.
And we do have a bunch of shows this year, right?
Yes. Yeah, I mentioned the 8. So I did list it on my account, but just so you guys know, so Toronto Comic Con, by the way, is in 8 days.
A week.
Yeah,
a week.
It's Thursday, so 8 days. The 20th. Fuck me, man. I'll be at CK Expo. That'll be on my own though. It's a little bit of a drive for the lads. I don't blame them for not going to that. May the 4th. We will be doing May the 4th on May the 2nd this year, obviously. And then I think, are all 5 of us going to be at YetiCon?
Yeah.
Is that the only time this year that all 5 of us are going to be at an event?
Hold on.
Well, we're not 5 anymore.
We're not 5 anymore. We're 7.
Well, 7. Yeah, sorry, 7.
We're technically 8, really, with Jamie, right? So,
is it going to be like 100% geek turnout then at YetiCon?
Is Andrew coming?
I don't know if
Andrew's coming. Then yes.
Damn. Jennifer's coming as well. Producer Jen's coming to YetiCon.
Yeah. Wow. Well, yeah, she's going to be manning the booth.
Megan's coming. So
Richard already confirmed that he's already got tickets and all that stuff. So he's coming.
So it may be a 100%.
So I don't know if Andrew's coming. I can. Yeah.
He's still in the chat there, but well, throw it in the private chat. Maybe he can answer there. I'll be doing Crow Fest, which I do every year. That's in Chatham. London Comic Con, of course. I'll be with these guys again. Boo Bash, I'll be with these guys again. It'll be the 2nd annual Boo Bash in October, and then Forest City Comic Con here in town. So that's in London, obviously. So those are my events. So 5 of my 8 events for this year will be with the Geeks and Company in some way, shape, or form. So Yeti wasn't in my budget, says Andrew. Oh man. All right, so we'll be 6 out of 7. That's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, guys, maybe we can stop and talk about YetiCon very, very, very quickly. It does end up being a con that's a little bit more on the expensive side, especially if you're staying there, right? Because it's right out in the middle of nowhere, right? So you got to make your way all the way up there. it is a destination con. We're gonna see what it looks like this year. If it's everything the hype looks like it's gonna be, this is gonna be one of those cons that you might want to consider maybe not going to a different con and going to this one instead, because some of the programming is bananas. There's gonna be so much going on, not just during the day, but also after hours, after dark programming. There's going to be a ton of that stuff. So yeah, it's especially if you like to hang out and party. And like I said, this is like going on a Disney cruise for cosplayers, right? This is the cosplay resort con. So yeah, it's going to be, I hope, a really, really, really good time.
Yeah.
We will see. But then
gonna find that Yeti guy.
We'll be bringing some hunters.
Yeah.
Great.
We'll hunt that. Yeah. We'll hunt down that Yeti. Yeah. So we have 3 predators now because of these maniacs. And I got to try it all on for the first time this past weekend. We filmed some content, and yeah, man, it's dope. It turns out these guys know what they're doing.
How did it feel being in the suit for the first time with the mask on and everything?
Massively uncomfortable. No, badass, like really badass.
Uh-oh.
Well, that part's gonna need to be replaced. But everything else.
Uh-oh, that needs to be repaired.
No, that wasn't the prop. That was something else.
All right,
oh, okay.
Yeah, it felt pretty cool. I'm more keen to see see people's reactions when it's the 3 of us, because they already freak out with you two. So I figure, hey, the more the merrier, right? So hopefully with 3 of us, it'll have just that much more, a little bit of an impact. So, and our boy James down there, Solo 2 photography.
Solo 2.
Yeah, is going to shoot us actually.
We got to figure a time and spot.
Yes. Yeah.
Hopefully, like in or immediately outside of the North Building. I don't want to have to go too far in those suits because
it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, and one thing we've discovered, so we've all added some new stuff. Actually, should we start talking about what we did?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure.
So let's start at the beginning. Rob did a bunch of stuff. Rob did a ton of 3D printing. Rob started really early on this because he had a lot of prototyping to do, et cetera, et cetera. There was so much going on. So
I started this back in October. Yeah, October was when we started.
I think it was before that, wasn't it?
I think it's around October. So 5 months this took us.
Yeah, either way, there was a lot of 3D printing done. Obviously, Jeff's mask is 3D printed. The gauntlets are 3D printed. The axe is 3D printed. And then by the way, the axe that you see behind Rob right now, a halberd? Halberd? How do you say that?
Halberd.
It is a halberd? It's a halberd style axe that we kind of, well, first of all, it was a toy. It was a little axe for an action figure.
Like an inch high, yeah.
Right? And then we blew it up and we sliced it up. And then Jeff wanted an axe instead of a sword, but that also had the light up like the Badlands swords. Because, of course, Rob made 2 badass fucking Badlands swords. Okay? Look at the size of those freaking things. Okay?
It's a pole arm, right? Yes, Booster Joe. It's a pole arm. But these swords, man, the level of detail on these swords, and then when that fucker lights it up, it's
so bright,
bonkers.
It's so bright. So the axe also has the light up blade like the swords.
Yep.
To kind of go along with the theme of the Badlands weapons. But we also now have 3D printed gauntlets and the swords. And as silly as this is going to sound, going from foam to 3D printed gauntlets and then carrying that sword around, guys, how long were we in those suits? Like an hour?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm done. Like, I'm ready to get out of this. Like, it's crazy how much heavier it all is to wear. Like, it feels like it's trying to rip your arms off all day long. So it'll be interesting to see. Those Iron Man guys,
hit the gym once in a while, bud.
Yeah, those Iron Man guys and the guys that wear all these big giant 3D printed armors like, kudos to you guys, because I'm used to wearing foam armors and as sweaty as hell, but they weigh nothing.
Yeah, that is a difference that we're gonna
right.
have to get used to.
Yeah, 100%.
It's interesting though, having seen now, I've seen the because of course I saw you guys with the foam stuff before, and now getting to see the 3D printer stuff. I think I mentioned it to you guys this past weekend, and it's no slight to any of the foam stuff, but the 3D printed stuff just seems more tangible, or like it. I think it's easier to get that solid metal look out of 3D print than you can out of foam. Personally, that's just my opinion. Maybe your mileage may vary, but
yeah,
the gauntlets in particular look more real is the only way I can describe it. And I think that's down to the fact that it's 3D printing for sure. So welcome to the printed world. I'm assuming this is Jay. Want to carry our hammer. Brother can't carry a sword. He's not carrying a hammer.
No, I'm not carrying that hammer.
Christina says it's too lightweights. Yeah,
100%. Wait till you see how big these freaking swords are.
Even that halberd, it's very top heavy, so it's going to be interesting. But at least I have a whole shaft, giggity, that I get to kind of like spread the weight out of. These guys just have like a handle, like on the end. Like there's really no other way for these guys to grab it. They have to one-handed. I can use two hands on my shaft. So it's I think it's going to be a little bit easier for me to work my shaft as we're going through this, for sure.
Yeah.
Booms are saying I started printing lighter weight pieces. Just figured it out. That's cool. That's good.
Yeah, there's a lot of different things that you can do to lighten pieces. You can change your infill. Play with how many walls you're printing and so on and so forth. The problem is when you're trying to do all this work, right? Like when Rob is trying to make 3 sets of gauntlets and 2 swords and an axe, and like you don't have time really to start. Like you already got to get the sizing right and make it work. You don't have time to get into, okay, well now I got to make it lighter and all that stuff. You know what? Next versions,
yeah.
Next versions.
At the cost of filament adds up, right? Like if you think like one gauntlet's like half a roll of filament and it's $10, right?
Yeah.
Every time you're like, oh no, this version doesn't work, it's $10.
Yeah.
Times 3, right?
Michael.
Boy, howdy. I tell you.
Yeah. So the new Predators are coming.
Yes.
Saturday,
one day only, guys. Saturday. Yeah.
So on Saturday, if you want to see them.
Yeah.
A lot of the footage that we got is very dark, and that was intentional.
Mm-hmm.
We were trying to get the glow effects of the swords, but it did make it a little bit dark, which is okay, because when you see Jeff's Predator in person, you're going to realize that although it's very much like ours, it's very different. It's not even the same color.
No, color, a little bit different with the mask, still the same style.
Yeah,
a lot of the armor pieces are the same between, but yeah, it is markedly different. So
if you go take a look at my story on Instagram, right now I have a photo of the headpiece on there that you can see.
Yeah,
if you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. Rob was good enough to send me a link to a site that had, I think, like over 300 different Predator mask designs, and like an idiot, I chose the one that was a helmet. Like a full helmet, so he had to like chop it basically in half so that it would actually become a mask. So that's all.
Another one that started off as a toy figure,
right? Yes.
So not only was it a toy helmet, we had to slice it up and redo a little bit and blow it up, and it turned out great.
Yeah, no,
it really came out unbelievable.
Yeah,
it is also a little bit heavy, but the side effect of that. And can I tell this story?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
well, and this is why. So if I'm gonna let you tell your story, but why when we talked about printing something lighter or heavier, like sometimes there's a reason you print heavier.
Yeah. So I particularly, because it's happened to me now like 3 times, have had the great chance of my mask coming off of my headpiece and smashing into pieces on the ground.
Magnets
several times.
Yeah.
So Rob brings me Jeff's headpiece, the dreads, the mask, and everything. So I put it on my mannequin that used to stand behind me in my office for years with my Predator on that mannequin. I put Jeff's head on the mannequin. The next day I walk into the prop shop and the head is on the ground.
Sure was.
So the mask is so heavy that it ripped the head. No, it's just taped on to my mannequin, but it held for years. And the mask is so heavy that it ripped the head off of my mannequin and it smashed onto my concrete floor. And when I realized what had happened, I was like, oh my God. And then I start looking for the mask and I see the mask.
One day.
Literally one day. And then I grabbed the mask and I'm like, oh, not a freaking scratch on the mask. So it's heavy, but it's solid. It literally fell from 6 feet up in the air onto solid concrete.
It's battle ready, so don't fuck around. All right, is all I'm saying.
There you go.
When I'm there man. I'm ready.
I'm gonna try to, if you guys are okay, I'm gonna share the headpiece because this is a good up close picture of the head, and I don't want to spoil the whole suit. I want people to be able to come up to you and look at the whole thing and discover a lot of the little details that we've included into this build. But the head is so freaking dope that
interesting, actually. Elfie and the engineer Jay trying to break his neck. Also, you have magnets. Theirs are magnetic. Mine is actually not magnetic. Rob came up with an ingenious way.
Let me just address that comment for a second. It's not that heavy. He's being a bit dramatic. Okay,
it is extremely heavy.
Well, I'm the guy that wear it, and I don't find it terribly heavy at all. But
there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, carry on.
Mine hooks on to a couple of literally bolts, screws in the top of. Mine goes on differently than theirs goes on. Theirs attaches with magnets. Mine doesn't. Mine kind of hooks on. If you look at the top of the mask, I'm pointing at the screen like you can see me point what I'm pointing at. Of course you can't, but if you look at the top of that mask, that's my mask. It kind of flares up. So there's two peaks sort of at the top, almost like horns type of thing. And Rob fashioned it so that the headpiece underneath has two screws. So it literally just hooks onto those screws. So I don't have any magnets. Once my mask is on, it ain't coming off. And yeah, that's the job that.
Yeah, and I heat formed the skull cap underneath.
Yeah.
I shaped it to the mask, so when it screws sit on there, it's nicely.
It's perfectly
right into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one's not coming off unless you literally break the mask. There's no. You're gonna have a hard time taking it off and putting it on your own. To be honest.
Yeah, I can get it off on my own, but I can't get it back on my own. Someone's got to help me out for sure. So. And we added some. Rob asked me what color I wanted for the hair. If we were going to have some different colored hair there, because Rob's has since added some red to his dreads, and it looked really cool. So I asked for some green, and threw some green on there, which I think looks really cool.
Yeah, I'm not a painter by any means, but and not that this is great paint, but I was pretty happy with the green fade that I was able to get into it.
Perfect. Yeah, perfect. And then, you can see theirs is more of a gunmetal gray and mine's more of a sort of antique bronze type of thing, which is what I was after, just to kind of set it apart. Because mine's going to have, when we're done fully with it, mine's going to have a Viking motif. So I wanted mine to look much, much older, a little more arcane, I guess, or a little bit more. And I think the Viking mask kind of lends itself to that with some of the detail work on it. Whereas these two are a little bit more, maybe more modern style, and I'm the oldest guy in the team, so I wanted my Predator to kind of look a little bit he's the old man. We're about to put him out to pasture. We just bring him out on hunts because it makes him feel better about shit. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what I was going on in my brain when I saw this mask initially. That's why I went with the color scheme that I did, and why we're adding some pieces, some detail pieces to some of the armor that mine will have that others won't. Excuse me. But Jeff's gonna finish the con season with big old football player neck muscles. Yeah, Rob's right. It's it ain't and the way it sits, the way it's distributed, it doesn't feel like, it feels like I'm wearing nothing at all. So
yeah, it does for sure, because when we, I forget, I think you were the one that came up with this idea originally, is we kind of make a foam head cap. like a foam helmet that we make, and then everything else attaches to the helmet, right? So when you start adding the dreads and everything else in the mask, and they fit nice on your head, right? They don't feel like they want to rip your head off, right? So
it even the skull cap is what evenly distributes it across your entire head.
Yeah,
not just sitting on the front of my face. The skull cap makes it so the whole thing is balanced in such a way that it distributes the weight. So you're not getting that heaviness. And a lot of the armor pieces, the shoulder pieces, the thigh, that's all made out of foam. So it's all very light. It doesn't sit heavy on me. The chest piece, that's all foam, right? So nothing's really heavy. Maybe the arm guards a little bit, but I mean, you got to get back to the gym, man. Got to start lifting. You fucking lift or what, man?
No, I don't lift. No.
You can't put this on and not feel like a badass. Maybe a little bit ridiculous with the monster hands and the weapons and shit. Like there's maybe a brief moment where you're like, I feel ludicrous, but then you get it. Then you start to kind of like I walk out between them in the video and I look at one and I look at the other and I'm like, holy shit, man. Like you can't not feel like a badass. So any fans yet, gentlemen? Nope, no fans. No, we're not that smart. I do have a fan setup that I could put into mine if I really wanted to. Maybe I will. I don't know, but I don't know if there's room and all that.
Fan.
Yeah, in the helmet, probably not.
Yeah, there might be. My helmet's a little more. I might be able to in mine. I don't think you guys could. Your guys, I think, is a little more tight to your face. But
I don't think
my nose is right up against
a helmet. Or I don't need a fan. I mean,
yeah. There's enough open through, too. I mean, where I wear in balaclavas, don't get me wrong. There's enough air getting in. You're not sealed in like I am, like with a Stormtrooper helmet or a Deathstroke helmet or something like that. So, yeah. No, these guys killed it, man. Like, there's no way I'm doing any of this without these guys. And these guys, yeah. So now I'm sure you've probably gotten. There's not just like I thought he was quitting. Richard has already said like he's next. Like he wants one now. In fact, when Richard came to JS's place this past weekend, when he came over for the watch party, we were in the midst of like filming content. So like he came down to JS's basement and we greeted him as three Predators. So
yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
We were literally in the middle of filming when he showed up, and we were in our suits and everything. So
and he kind of flipped out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. So he fanboyed pretty hard, and he was already talking about when I told him we were doing this. He was like, "Oh, I've always wanted to make one. That would be cool." Now that he's seen us in it, I have a feeling there's going to end up being at least 4 of us moving forward. So
I'm gonna admit right now publicly that Richard already knew about this. Yes. Because he was over. When was he over?
Well, I told him during filming.
I forget now when he was over, but he came over and he hadn't seen the house. So, we toured the house and we got to the prop shop, and obviously like I'm in full build mode, right? So it's all over the prop shop. So you couldn't not see it, right? So you got to see it. We talked about it, and he geeked out a little bit.
Challenging to hold the weapons while wearing the forearm blades. No, it's just challenging to hold the weapons because they're heavy. That's it.
Yeah, it all adds up, right? There's not a lot of wrist movement in the gauntlet, right? So you can't move a ton, and then the blade, like the sword, it's a massive sword that you're holding on the very end. It'll be impressive, but yeah, it's gonna be. We're gonna be sweating our nuts off.
That reminds me something different that we did this year or this time around that we've never done before is used TPU for the blades in the gauntlet.
Yeah.
So even if it was sort of a problem with the sword or movement or hitting it, they're now basically like rubber, right? Like TPU, so they have movement to them.
Yeah. I think I'm going to be using the shorter ones, just the little tiny ones. If we've got the sword, there's no point having really the blades there. So I'm probably going to be using the shorter ones myself.
Yeah, whatever.
And that's the other thing.
I did make 4 sets of them.
Yeah, when Rob made the gauntlets, he made the blades in the way that they just pressure fit in and out. And then he printed different size blades for all of us. Are they all in TPU? No. There's some hard plastic ones, and there's some TPU ones. Anyway, yeah.
It's next version. I'll just make the mechanical ones that go in and out. But
Yeah, there you go. I go ching, and they come out. Yeah,
yeah. First of all, I printed them, and they're like a foot long, right? And then sanded them all nice and sharp and painted them, and then I'm like, well, these could kill somebody. I can't wear these in cosplay, right?
Yeah.
So I had to remake them in foam, and then they kind of looked not great. And then that's when you gave me the idea of TPU, which I destroyed my printer using, but we did get some TPU gauntlets out of.
We did
blades.
Hell yeah.
That's your printer fine now?
What's that? No, my printer. You know what happened? My blade, or I have a belt broke.
Oh, no.
The belt is broken. I didn't even consider that. So I bought a replacement one, and I'm gonna do that this weekend.
How those shin guards coming along, JS?
I've not touched them.
That's next week's.
And you know what we no, that's the tomorrow job or this weekend job. We also never remeasured them before you left.
Well, you said you were going to just model them off yours. So
and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to make them so that they're fairly tight on me. And I can't imagine your legs are that much bigger or smaller than mine. So,
I also need to pick up his gauntlet from you with the soundboard in it because I forgot to do something to it.
Yeah, no worries. We also need to test the length of my cable and make sure that it's long enough to plug directly into my necklace because the port on my back no longer works. Anyway, guys, we're a week away.
We're con country.
And we're con country. We still have a bunch of stuff going on. Yeah. But yes. So to answer everybody's questions, Jeff's not going away. He's still going to be here. He's still going to be on the podcast. Mm-hmm. You're going to get to see him in his Predator at least. We said 3 or 4 times this year.
Four times, I think, this year.
4 times this year.
I think we said 4, right? Yeah. Toronto Comic Con.
Yeah.
Blue Bash.
Yeah.
Comic Con and YetiCon.
Yeah, there you go. So 4 times.
Yeah.
So everybody's going to get a chance to see him. But again, he's not going away.
No. I will be back. I will be back. Like a bad rash. I will be back.
You can't even avoid him. He's on TV and everything.
Talking about on TV, I know it's a little late now, but we got to talk about our watch party. Our watch party. I'm turning into a Brit over here. Of our long ride home. We watched the whole thing from beginning to end.
We did. Poor Rob suffered through it. He's having some digestive issues at the time, but he made it.
Listen,
I don't know if he even saw the credit because as soon as it was over, he was like, "Bye."
Don't eat a half kilogram of trail mix in one shot.
Yeah. And then sit down to dinner.
Me. And then sit down to eat dinner. Yeah. Jeff.
Yeah.
You've now had a little bit over a week to. Actually, that's not true. You've had 6 days to digest it. What are your thoughts at this point of the show, what you've seen, the final product, your experience? Give us the whole rundown of all of the emotions that you're probably going through when you're seeing you and all your friends on the screen.
No, but I will say I'm super proud of the product, and I'm super proud of everybody that
I'm the one asking the questions, bud.
Works. Shut up. I'm answering. I'm beholden to you or anybody else. Fuck you. I won't do what you tell me. I'm proud of it, and I'm proud of the final product and what we did. And I want to make sure people going in to see it understand it is a low budget, locally produced Canadian product. So don't go into it thinking you're watching like a Netflix show, right? We didn't spend $6 million an episode, right? It is a lower budget Canadian production. Having said that, there was an actual budget, and we did hire actors, and we did pay for locations and such. So, and we did hire a professional film crew, and everybody worked really, really hard on it. And I mean, every film they say that, right? Whether the film is good or bad, no one sets out to make a bad anything, right? When it comes to a piece of media, George Clooney and Joel Schumacher didn't set out to make the worst Batman movie ever with Batman and Robin. While they were making it, they probably thought it was really good. They're probably watching the dailies and they're checking the gate, and they're like, "This is great." And then the movie comes out and everybody shits all over it. And they've since had to apologize for it and everything else. So I kind of felt the same way. Like, you don't know what it's going to look like while you're filming it. And because I didn't really watch any of the clips or watch the gate when it was happening, I didn't know what any of it was going to look like. So going into it like that for the first time, getting to watch it, I was so impressed with the performances that the people I got a chance to work with portrayed. And then the editing skills, the music was really good. The lighting in certain scenes was phenomenal. We worked really hard on that during the course of filming, to a sense of like, there was times where we would come onto the set and they would need you. We didn't have stand-ins, so they would need you to light it appropriately. So you're just standing in the middle of the set, or you're sitting in the middle of the set where you're going to be, and they're fucking with the lights, and they're fucking with the lights, and an hour's gone by and they're still fucking with the lights, and then another half an hour's gone by and they're still fucking with the lights, and they're checking to make sure the exposure's good. No, we get a really hot spot over here. Why does he have to be wearing a black shirt? It keeps disappearing, but he's sitting on a white, like all of that.
Now.
Dude, it's so much, but it paid off because it meant that when it came to post, they didn't have to spend hours and hours and hours trying to color correct stuff. They did all of it in camera on set. So the suffering at the time was worth it, I guess. It was a lot of hours. Most of the hours were between 12 and 15-hour days. Some of them went even longer than that. So, and that's for all of us, right? Cast and crew. So just enormously proud of the product, the fact that we got it out there, the fact that it's on TV, and the work that everybody put into it. And we're already gearing up for, one of my co-stars and I just had a big, huge telephone conversation. Like, we spent an hour on the phone talking about possible plot points for season 2 and how we would approach our characters and that kind of thing, starting to spitball ideas and working with Rob and on the producer writer and trying to think of what could be appealing and what did we really like in season 1 and how do we expand on that kind of stuff. So yeah, it was great. Getting to watch it with you guys was even better, because I'm not going to sit here and watch it on my own because that's cringe. But getting to watch it with you guys, and then with Richard beside me too, and us kind of like doing the annotated notes while we were watching it, kind of like allowed me to like take myself out of it a little bit, not like just cringily watch myself try to act, but being able to say, oh, hey, we were on set this day and there were ducks quacking on this day. Craft services was, you know what I mean? Getting to chat about it while we were watching it definitely helped with that. I don't know that I would want to do it any other way at this point.
No, it was actually interesting to be able to sit there and hear you guys have those conversations, right? As we're watching it, and these guys are talking about, they're talking about their experience of filming those scenes while you're watching the story, and it's very interesting. And we recorded a lot, the whole thing.
Yeah,
we recorded everything through all 6 episodes. What format that's going to take when we publish it or when we put it out, I don't exactly know.
May reach out to Rob too to see if there would be some level of
because we certainly don't want to release anything now just because of the whole 90-day exclusive thing with Bell. We don't want to be hit with like copyright notices and stuff like that. So nothing's
worst case scenario is we wouldn't get any more seasons is what would happen. So yeah, that's why we're holding up on any of that. By the way, you can still see the so you got the behind the scenes on Richard beating Jeff up for the show.
Yes,
we absolutely did. It's like DVD commentary. Yeah, that's kind of how we approached it, like DVD commentary. Megan was there, by the way. She only was able to be there for the first episode, but that's the only episode she was in, so she got to see her performance as well, and she got to comment on that too. So including a particular moment in there where she hulks out at one point and rips a door off. It was really great while we were filming it. That's not in the final edit, but it's absolutely something that happened on the set that we all had a really good laugh about. I know Megan's been going to the gym a lot. Apparently she's got some pipes because the moral of the story is don't mess with Megan Murray because she'll fuck you up. Like
and it's funny because we also got all those stories while we were watching it, right? Yeah. Keith is saying here, so you got the behind the scenes on Richard beating Jeff up.
Yep.
Not only that, but there was a whole conversation about was it the first time you got your ass kicked?
Okay, let's
I think it's the first time you get your ass kicked. And Richard was telling us how it was weird to film the fight because there were specific things they needed to catch on camera.
Right.
So you couldn't just quickly hit. You had to do it almost like in slow motion and then stop. And then the last hit comes and it took me by surprise. And like, holy shit, he actually clocks him in the head. Like, holy fuck. But yeah. While they're explaining all this and then it catches me off guard. It was, I never watched the commentaries, which is weird because it was so much fun.
Right.
Watching it with you guys, right? So maybe
hopefully we didn't take away too much from the actual story. I did feel like I was maybe
not at all
some of the plot points at certain points, but I mean,
Not at
tried
all.
to keep it at some of the quieter parts. But yeah, it was great to watch it with you guys. Thanks for doing that, JS. Appreciate you hosting that and getting a chance to see it with you guys and get your guys' live reactions to it as well. Because I don't think a lot of people have had that opportunity either, even cast and crew. They've watched it with themselves, but I don't think a lot of them have watched it with like some people that are not attached to it in any way, and seeing it for the first time. So that was cool to get your guys' live reactions. I mean, Rob was basically moaning and was holding his stomach the whole time, but still to get you guys reacting and stuff and seeing you guys where the emotional parts hit you and where you guys were like, oh, that was great. And then you guys, oh, that was a little bit. So that was cool. So I took all of that feedback and I gave it to Rob about the specific things that you guys noticed and pointed out during the course of. So again, ideally, we'll get a chance to be bigger and better for season 2 and 3.
Rob, when you start reading through that feedback, know that they were mostly nitpicky.
That's what I told him. First words.
Because you guys did an amazing job. I told Jeff this probably 17 times on the weekend. I was a little bit shocked at how good this was. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little bit shocked at the quality of the show, of the filming, of some of the scenes with you and Richard in the church. Let me tell you something. Like that one at the end where finally you guys get on the same page, the lighting and the close-up shots, and man, it looks amazing.
Well, the camera we use is a $50,000 professional television camera, so I'm really glad you say that because
you guys did amazing. Yeah, 100%.
Turns out when you have the right equipment and people that know how to use it, it can look pretty good. So
yeah, I'm sure it helps. Yeah, when they know how to use it for sure.
Someone came running up to me at work yesterday that has Bell, and she was like, "I finally watched the whole thing." Man, fuck Huey. And I was like, yeah, you did watch it. Well done. So, yeah. So anybody that has had a chance to watch it, and I know, like I said, it's a little bit challenging right now. If you don't have Bell, there's really no other way to watch it. The Bell 5 service is not like a regular streaming service where you can just get that, like your Disney Plus or whatever. You have to subscribe to Bell. If you have seen any of it, any feedback, good or bad, is appreciated. If you could forward that to me, and I can pass it along to the cast and crew. Don't be afraid to give your real thoughts and feelings about it, because that way we can improve on things that maybe didn't work. Because again, while you're filming it, you don't know, and it's tough when you're in the editing room too, because you're so close to it. There's going to be stuff that's staring you in the face, like because you're the director, you're the editor, but the audience doesn't pick up on it. So anything like that, guys, please let us know, and it'll be great. Yeah, Marcy frowning again. Hopefully, once the 90 days are up, hopefully we'll be able to find distribution for it at that point. Hopefully, we can get it on some kind of a streaming service that we can get it to a wider audience. But yeah, for now,
I know Rob's also been talking about re-editing it into a movie.
Well, that is happening regardless. So that will, for the premiere, whether that happens on the 6th or not, it will be recut into a film. Yeah,
right.
Yep. So
which
whenever we that's how it was written originally. That the script was for a feature. It was never meant to be episodic. He had to kind of like break it up a little bit to get it to be a 6-episode thing. But yeah, the goal.
I feel like you could literally just stitch it all back to back.
I think that's the plan. He's going to make a few tweaks here and there, but I don't think he's not going to drastically recut the film. It's going to look very similar to what it looks like now. So, it
was good.
Thanks for the support, you, JS, Rob, everybody that came out to watch it last weekend, and then everybody that's been supporting it throughout. It's highly appreciated, and hopefully we'll be back for season 2. We'll see.
Yeah, I hope you guys get a season 2.
We will see.
I know it's a lot of work.
Way too much.
Yeah, it's and hopefully, if you guys, I mean, you know what? I'm not going to say anything.
Nope.
Because you probably told me stuff that I'm not supposed to.
That's all right.
So,
whenever we get any updates on any of it, I'll be sure to drop it here. JS, why don't we wrap this guy up?
Yeah, I think that's going to be it, man. We've been on for an hour and a half already. And, old man over here's, you know how he is.
Sleepy. So
sleepy. Up early.
Yeah. He's got to get his beauty sleep. What are you going to do?
Listen.
Guys, if you're still watching, thank you so much, man. We had a good number of people watching the whole thing the whole way. So thank you, everybody. If you have not clicked the like and subscribe button, this is your chance, because I'm going to go look back. And if I'm not seeing a bunch of likes on this video, I am not going to be happy with you guys. Especially if you're not subscribed. Did you know if you click the notification bell, it'll let you know every time we go live or upload a new video? Any final words? I don't think so. Make sure you all stay geeky. The what now? Stay geeky. We'll see you next week. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Geek Boutique podcast. Like always, if you prefer to listen to us, you can find us on all major podcast platforms. Now, make sure you don't forget to click that like and subscribe button, as well as the notification bell, to make sure you never miss anything.